guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. If you're not, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I release videos once or twice a week and I cover a wide variety of topics. Today this is going to be a career-oriented video. Specifically, I'll be talking about the legal profession. I am an attorney by trade. I've been practicing for 8 years. And there's a lot that I've learned in my time, in private practice. I've worked in government, I've worked for a big firm, I've worked for a small firm, I've done contract work here and there, and now that I have a newborn at home, I have to reevaluate what my work life is going to be now that I have a newborn at home. And in light of that, I've been discussing with a lot of women, in the legal profession, and we just realized that law school teaches you how to pass the bar exam or how to pass a course for the essential litigation skills as an attorney that you don't get taught in law school. So I am going to be talking about those skills today. That way, if you are going to law school, if you are in law school, if you just graduated from law school, or if you're trying to navigate the legal profession, this is going to shed light to that deficiency that law school doesn't provide and maybe help equip you early on so you can become aware and not be disappointed and freak out or get frazzled when you're in situations and you're ill prepared for those situations, because law school does not provide you with all the necessary tools that you need to navigate through the legal profession. So let's go ahead and get started. Billable hours. What is billable hours? Basically, billable hours is the amount of time that you bill the client for the work you did. Now, it should be commensurate with the work you did. For example, if you went to court for a conference and it took you 30 minutes to get to work to court and 30 minutes back and 30 minutes in the conference, you should bill, 1.5. That's an hour and a half, because it's billed in 6-minute increments on the hour. So 1.1 is 6 minutes, 0.2 is 12 minutes, 0.3 is 18 minutes, 0.4 is 24 minutes, 0.5 is 30 minutes, 0.6 is 36 minutes, 0.7 is 42 minutes, 0.8 is 50 minutes, 0.9 is, you get it, and 1 is an hour, so you get it from there. So in law school, you may hear billable hours like in TV shows, or you may hear it every now and then, but there's no course that teaches billable hours, and billable hours are a skill. Well, first of all, if you are in plaintiff side, you may not necessarily need billable hours, but if you're doing plaintiff side employment work, there's a decision that was passed a couple of years ago that now mandates plaintiff's attorneys to keep track of their time. So you're still going to need to keep track of your time, and I'm pretty sure that's across the board for other practices as well. But you also need to be able to keep track of your time regardless. Now, if you're on the defense side, you get paid based on billable hours, and sometimes your billable hours gets cut by the client, by the insurance company, by the partner. You don't know things like that because they didn't teach you that in law school, so that's a skill you need to know. Plus, billable hours, especially in the defense side, there's an art to it. You need to make sure you log your hours in ways that help tell a story and build your defense. For example, if like me, an employment attorney, and you're trying to figure out whether or not this person who brought a lawsuit was actually an independent contractor, not an employee, and the employee requirements do not apply to this person, independent contractor is your greatest defense. Instead of just saying, reviewed case file today, you craft your billable summaries in ways that will sway your client in understanding why you spent 42 minutes reviewing documents and why it's important. So you instead say, reviewed files provided by client, determine the applicability of the independent contractor defense as discussed with client. So that way your client understands why you spent so much time doing that, what your reasoning behind doing that was, and you're able to tie it to the time that you already billed for, that a client may be exploring the possibility of cutting anyway. So that's one way you can do it. Another way is you can make sure you provide as descriptive information as possible. So if you're doing doc review, instead of just saying reviewed documents, you can say reviewed, compiled, annotated, and edited case file in preparation for meeting with clients tomorrow to discuss strengths and weaknesses in cases. That way, the client reviews your billable summary and knows that, okay, you actually did a lot of work. Okay, that makes sense. That's something I'm actually going to pay for. Skills like these, they don't teach you in law school. Now, I have said, if ever I become a professor, I'm not going to teach like an entire course. Instead, I will teach litigation in real life. So basically a course that covers billable hours, a course that covers client interactions, things like that. So that's the one skill they don't teach you in law school and that's absolutely the most essential skill in litigation. So hope that helped you with regard to figuring out how you can craft your billable hours. The second skill they don't really teach you while you are in law school is how to build a business. Now, guaranteed, everyone thinks that by the time you graduate law school, you're going to get swept up by this big firm or by this big government agency or by the district attorney, and then you're set for life. It actually doesn't work that way. Like, a good percentage of people that I know eventually start their own business. And even if you don't start your business, even if you eventually just start working at a firm, by the time you get to your 7th or 8th year, you're expected to start having a book of business, because they're going to start looking at you and trying to figure out what is your trajectory. Are you trying to go the partner route, or are you trying to, be stagnant? And if you are trying to be stagnant, the firm's going to find a way to push you out, because they cannot keep billing your rate out without you bringing in some business. They don't teach you that in law school. They don't teach you how you can build a business. They don't teach you how you can continue as far as building on what you have. So, as an attorney, as a practicing attorney, or as a law student, or as a new attorney, you are a brand. Everyone you speak with, everyone that asks you legal advice is a possible client, and you should treat them that way. If you have a client who owns a business and they keep asking you for advice, treat them as a client and try to see if you can bring them over to your firm, or even if you're doing business for them on the side, try to start a PLLC or an LLC. That way you can bill them directly. And then in the event you need to eventually go to a firm or start your own business, you have a valuable book of business, be it 1 or 2 clients that you can rely on in the future, and you know that you have what it takes to build your groundwork for successful business, and you have a book of business. Something else I don't teach you in law school is how to build longevity in your legal practice. I don't know how you do that, but basically I know that I wasn't taught how to, be in a legal practice forever, but there's a certain skill that's involved. You have to not only have your own business, you have to, either be at a firm for a very long time, start your own firm, figure out a niche for yourself, be visible, host as many events as possible, attend as many panel discussions as possible, be a part of the panel, try and participate in speaking engagements as a participant, as a speaker. Try to be a member of a community organization, like I am a member of the Association of Black Women Attorneys and the Metropolitan Black Bar Association. Things like that would increase your longevity in the legal profession, because you will be exposed to other people. You'll be exposed to the struggles of other people, the strengths of other people. You will have a strong network, you have a strong connection from which you can gain knowledge and from which you can have a mentor. Also, they may help you navigate the legal profession quicker. They may also provide you with opportunities that arise, whereas if you did not know them or you didn't meet them, you weren't being aware of that opportunity. So there are multiple ways to build longevity in legal practice for you to be in it for the long haul, if you are in it for the long haul and this is what you want to do. But of course that's not taught in law school, so think of these options. Also, you also have to be ready at any point in time to start your own firm, because you may not know when an opportunity will arise. You may not know when a client may go from being a $200 client to a $2 million client. If you know someone who owns, for example, a restaurant, and all of a sudden the person has business partners, and the person has convinced his business partners that you are a good attorney and they should work with you, and their business partners have 5 restaurants. Now you have 6 clients and potential multi-millionaire clients. You have to know how to treat those clients if you're going to bring them to your current firm, and if you're going to get a credit for that, or if you're going to start your own firm and have them as your capital clients. Things like that helps build longevity in the legal profession. And again, they don't teach you that in law school. Another thing that they don't teach you in law school is how to wait effectively. Yup, 90% of what we do in court is sitting around and waiting. If you're going for a conference, a PC, a preliminary conference, or a CC, compliance conference, or a SC, status conference, or a PTC, pretrial conference, before your adversary gets there, you're going to be sitting your ass on a cold-ass bench, waiting. No one told you that in law school. Well, I am an expert waiter. I take my laptop with me. I work on notes while I'm waiting. I take magazines that I otherwise would not have opportunity to read, and I read those magazines during that time. I work on my ideas for my YouTube channel on content. I work on my blogs during that time. Work related, I also take a deposition transcript that I can look through and highlight and mark up. You want me to wait? I know how to wait now. I'm very good at waiting. They don't teach you that in law school though. So sometimes even when you have conferences in the morning, you may spill over to afternoon, and when it's 12:30 they tell you, well, we're going on lunch now, so you're going to have to come back at 2, or wait around the courthouse for another hour and a half until it's 2 o'clock. Either way, you have to wait. I always choose to wait. That means I'm sitting around waiting, but I'm doing stuff. They didn't teach you that in law school. They don't tell you that you're going to spend a lot of your time while you're in court waiting for your adversary, waiting for your judge, waiting for an order to come back, waiting for oral arguments, waiting for your motion to be heard. Yeah, so just know that you are going to be waiting a lot in law school, and that's a skill they did not teach you. Finally, the last skill they don't teach you in law school is navigating workplace politics as an attorney. As an attorney, there's so many stereotypes that go on. First of all, if you're a woman of color, you have your own stereotypes, right? There are people that think you're angry. If you're assertive, you're being angry. If you're being assertive, you're being bitchy. Whatever it is, people have that stereotypes. But then when it comes to law, there are also some stereotypes. I can't tell you how many times I've been seated at a deposition table waiting for my adversary, and then my adversary comes in and tells me, oh, are you the court reporter? No, stupid, I'm an attorney just like you. No one prepares you for that shock. No one prepares you for the blatant nepotism where some people are favored and they get better assignments or even less work. No one prepares you for gaslighting that takes place, in firms. And this is true regardless of a big firm or small firm. If you watch Insecure, the stuff Molly goes through is basically nothing compared to what goes on in real life. No one tells you that you may go to a law firm and you may see someone who you went to law school with, or someone who is the same demographic as you, and you think, oh great, we're in this together, awesome, and then that person does nothing at all to help you. If anything, that person does everything to bring you down. No one prepares you for that. They don't tell you that in law school. They don't teach you thick skin. They don't teach you how to be passive aggressive, how to be mercenary in navigating your way through the legal process and trying not to get pushed out, but trying to do the best that you can and make the best out of the situation and just deal with the toxicity of the profession while also enjoying the benefits of being an attorney and enjoying what you've spent, thousands of dollars in debt for, and just doing a good job. So those are things that don't prepare you for, and to a large extent you just kind of like figure them out yourself. Or you can avoid that by, starting your own practice, and that way you don't have to deal with it at all. But it's very present. It's present in small firms, it's present in big firms, it's present also in governmental agencies as well, so no one's immune. So these are the things that I wish someone told me. I wish I was aware of while I was in law school. These things are unique to the legal profession, and some of them are not so, but most of them are. These are skills that you need to have. These are things that you need to know while you are trying to navigate your way in the legal profession before you become an attorney. And I wish someone told me these things. I wish they were taught to me in law school, and they all relate towards, a practicing attorney and litigation. But that's what I'm here for, and I'm glad I was able to share with you some of those tips. I hope you find this video helpful. I've also released a couple of videos with regard to the legal profession, how to study and pass for the bar exam, things to know before you go to law school. I have several vlogs, a day in the life of a lawyer. I have about 3 of those kind of vlogs. So be sure to check them out. Let me know if you have any questions specific to the legal practice, and I will be sure to respond to them. Let me also know if you want me to upload a video, addressing certain issues in the legal profession, and I will to the best of my ability. So that's it for today. I hope you find this video informative. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to my channel already. If you are, thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys.